thank you very much. I was going to say a few words today of, well, going beyond our limits, or say limitations, which is practically the same. Well, let's please start with the simple fact that we, all of us, have our limits. I mean, some of them are physical, some are intellectual, some social, some are moral limitations. I mean, for instance, we cannot breathe underwater, or we cannot multiply big numbers in our heads in the way a computer does, or we cannot just now buy a brand new very big house. We don't have this much money, and so in short, there are many things we cannot do right now, like physical things and social things, and actually we all of us have learned so far to live with these limits of ours. But you see there are more limits too, or I would say not limits, limitations. I'm not speaking about vows and precepts or restrictions like abstaining from killing. Not about these. These are sacred things. I mean, what I mean is spiritual level we now have. I mean the level that either allows us to do something or it doesn't allow us to do something. Imagine that someone says we can love all living beings with pure unconditioned love and so on, but maybe we cannot. Or someone says I can stay calm whatever happens, but probably we cannot. Or one says I can avoid any thought of adultery or undue sexual behavior, but can we really avoid any such thought? I guess the truth is that we rather cannot. I guess there are too many things asked from us, or how to say it in other words, there are too many things we were before told that we can accomplish, but actually we cannot accomplish them. Like we at this stage we cannot love everyone with pure unconditioned love. We are not so mature. Simply let us accept the fact that we are not so mature, not so full of unconditioned love. And you see, it's nothing wrong about these limitations. We are not saints, we are not Buddhas. And let us simply accept the fact that it is not our fault not to be Buddhas at this actual stage. And I guess it's much worse. It's much worse to pretend that we are something we are not. So actually the spiritual path starts with recognizing what we truly are, without abstaining from lying to yourself, which is a very important thing, I guess. And then after we have learned our limitations, it's time to go beyond them. You see, it's time about to break free. If it's a phrase coined by Queen, I mean this Freddie Mercury dancing, and I want to break free and so on. And you see, there are too many life coaches that now teach us how we actually can break free, and this breaking free is very easy. And they go on saying like, if you want to be happy, just be happy. If you want to think positively, just think positively, and so on. I believe we hear such slogans every day. I am sorry to say it doesn't work this way. You see, it is very easy to start being happy if we neglect all others. But it is not about moral growth, it is about moral degradation if we neglect all others. Now you see, we cannot play a role of a bodhisattva. We can't play it. Even if we persuade ourselves we truly are one. So we simply cannot do it because we are not, it's not a stage, it's not theater, it's not cinema. Because the actual life, it's very difficult than cinema, you see. And we actually have to understand that pretending to be something never helps. Pretending to be something never helps. And speaking of oneself in terms of, oh, I know that old karmas are empty, it neither helps. You see, if we say that we know that old karmas are empty and we actually are Buddha, we aren't. We actually are not. And you see, to be short, it is not about words. It's not about thinking positively. It's about the true going beyond our limitations. So how do we go beyond our spiritual limitations? How do we achieve, how do we accomplish more than we did yesterday? And I guess now it's important, you see, we only do it if we take more responsibility upon ourselves. And if we slowly learn how to live with this. For example, when speaking of Bodhisattva's code of behavior, we remember that a Bodhisattva should forgive everyone, absolutely everyone, that he or she must forgive any harm done to him or to her. So can we now take this responsibility upon ourselves? Can we live with it, truly live with it, without pretending? But can we truly live with it? It's a question, how much can you live with, to phrase it in the words of Robin Williams, you know? And to accept this new level of responsibility, one has to limit one's own lower desires or one's own lower freedom. You see, it so happens that in order to go beyond our limitations, we limit ourselves. So in order to go beyond boundaries, we set boundaries. It sounds very much like a paradox of Oscar Wilde, you know? But it surely does. But what can't help it? Because it is true. Despite the fact it sounds very odd. And now, the last one, not the least one. As long as we still have the small limitations, let us accept them, please. Let us not care them too much. Let us allow them to be. You see, we easily get offended. All of us, or practically all of us, normally all of us, we easily get offended. We easily get angry. We easily get jealous, simply stupid, or anything. So we all have our soul spots. They hopefully will be cured. They may be cured in time by the medicine of trauma. But as long as they are not cured, don't let them prevent us to admire beautiful things around us. That's what I wanted to say. Now imagine that you have cut your finger. It's what I have done today. You know, I burned my finger. Not actually cut, but burned on the frying pan. So will you concentrate on your sole finger all the time until it is healed? All the time? Without noticing how beautiful things around you are. Yes, you can concentrate on your soul finger, on your soul spot, on your moral soul, or your spiritual soul's place. You can do it if you like, without noticing everything else around you. But then I personally think it's the wrong mode of behavior. So you can believe me, or you cannot. You don't have to believe me. You can do what seems best to you. But now, if you do what seems best to you, don't blame others for what happens with you then. So this was all, I guess. Thank you very much. And